Well, welcome everybody to our Colorado Proud webinar. I'm super excited today to see everyone. Today, our topic is being green in Colorado, and certainly that's a big focus for our state in particular. We've got two great experts with us. Alicia Chinda, she's with the Colorado Green Business Network, and Susan Enfield. And Susan is with our Climate Smart Markets group here at the Colorado Department of Agriculture. My name is Barb Howe, and I do business development here at the Colorado Department of Agriculture. Just a few little notes, just mute your microphones when our speakers are speaking. It helps our recording. We want questions. We want you to interact with our speakers. These guys are experts, and they're going to really share some great information. So feel free to raise your hand or type it in the chat, and I'll be monitoring that. And then, of course, we'll be asking for questions throughout. And if you come up with a question after the webinar, reach out to either one of our speakers or reach out to me at barb.howe@state.co.us. Excellent. Well, with that, I'd like to introduce our great speakers today. Today we have Alicia. She graduated from the University of Colorado, Boulder, with a degree in environmental studies. As a business sustainability professional, she previously worked at Partners for a Clean Environment in Boulder County. She now continues her work by providing sustainability assistance and coaching to Colorado businesses as a green business specialist for the Colorado Green Business Network. This is a statewide program that is housed in the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. Alicia, welcome. We're going to let you kick us off and tell us all the great stuff that you're doing, and then we'll hear from Susan. And like I said, folks, feel free to put questions in the chat or raise your hand. Thanks, Alicia.
Great. Thank you, Barb. So I will share my screen here as well. All right. Can we see that okay? Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, good morning, everyone. First, I wanted to give a huge thank you to Barb and Colorado Proud for letting me come and speak with you all today. As you mentioned, my name is Alicia. I'm a green business specialist with the Colorado Green Business Network. So today I'll be sharing a little bit about our program and how you can kind of take advantage of our free and voluntary program and all the resources that come with it. The Colorado Green Business Network is a statewide voluntary program housed within the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. And our program really just encourages, rewards, and supports organizations for going above and beyond in sustainability. And we kind of do this in a two-pronged approach. We have technical assistance on one side of the program, and then we also have a recognition and certification program on the other side. And I'll dive a little bit more deeper into these two sides of the program, and then I'll share with you all how you can kind of get involved in the network. And yeah, this is my amazing team here. Raina Oliver's on the call as well. But I just wanted to show you all, if you were to get involved with the program, you would probably speak to one of these people or me. And our website's down there as well for more information. Great. So kind of to start, our program's philosophy is obviously the mitigation of climate change. We kind of do this by incentivizing resource and emissions reductions across industry in the state of Colorado. We do this by providing ongoing on-site and off-site coaching and technical assistance, which I'll go into a little bit more here in a moment. We also have that community connection to like-minded individuals, workshops, events, and a lot of other resources. And then our organizations are then rewarded for their efforts in sustainability by achieving certification at the state level in sustainability. So I just wanted to show you all kind of what our program looks like currently. So currently the program has 179 certified organizations. 68 of those are new this year in 2024, and 111 of those are returning from previous years. And then we also currently are working with 655 other organizations that are sitting at our support level, and I'll touch on kind of what that looks like. But as you can see here in this graphic, our certified members really are saving resources and money as they integrate sustainability in their daily operations. So these metrics projects are from 2023, the calendar year from our organization. So, our members saved 20 million kilowatt hours of electricity, 261 million gallons of water saved. And then we also encourage our businesses to kind of partake in that community aspect. So over 300 organizations supported donations, service, philanthropy, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to give you all kind of a little snapshot into what kind of our membership looks like up to date. Great. So as mentioned before, our program kind of works in a two-pronged approach. So on one side of the program, we have technical assistance where organizations across the state can receive opportunity assessments where one of our green business specialists like myself come on site, do kind of like a walkthrough, and then afterwards we provide a holistic report on recommended next steps to take regarding the reduction of resource use in energy, water, waste, transportation, and a lot of other things. And then not only does our report outline recommended next steps, but as a state entity, our program does have connections across the state with other organizations that can provide funding, rebate opportunities, and other financial assistance to really help you accomplish the recommendations we provide. So that report that we send, not only does it have next steps to take, depending on your focus areas or kind of what you're looking for at your organization to kind of implement those sustainability projects, but we also provide connections to funding opportunities, rebates, just so you can get those projects done as well. And then to kind of touch on the second prong of our program, which is recognition, any organization can submit an application and certify at the state level in sustainability at our bronze, silver, or gold levels. And then I also wanted to mention as well that our program also offers the opportunity to be a part of the CGBN community without really needing to certify. So if your organization is kind of just starting out, we do have a support level where you can kind of sit and hang out and access all of our resources, including that technical assistance. You get access to our communications, our monthly newsletter, our workshops that we have monthly, all that kind of stuff without having to certify. So we really just kind of are meeting our organizations where they're at. And if you are just starting in that sustainability journey, we do have kind of a place where you can sit and just access all of our resources and support that way. So through each of these different prongs of the program, really the main goal of our program is to provide support for all organizations, regardless of where they're at in their sustainability journey. Great. So a little bit more about technical assistance. It can kind of look many different ways depending on your organization and kind of what your focus areas are. Those reports that we provide, we really customize those to your organization, really what you're looking for in your journey. As mentioned, we provide that on-site assessments, and then we also do off-site coaching as well, which can look like Zoom meetings, calls, that kind of thing, pointing you in the right direction in terms of what you're looking for. And then we also have templates and other resources in our hub that can really help you on that journey. And then, as mentioned earlier, along with our recommendations, we also provide you with links, contact information, connections, really for you to kind of obtain that funding, rebates, and other resources to help you implement those projects at a lower cost. There is lots of funding available for food and beverage manufacturing. If we do a site visit, we can better help you understand which grants might work for projects you're wanting to implement. So again, those reports are really going to be tailored to kind of your organization and what you're looking for. So I did want to provide this example here as well. We do work really closely with the Colorado Energy Office, and they offer clean air program grants. And these grants really have the goal of providing financial assistance in the form of reimbursement-based grants to eligible applicants, which includes food and beverage manufacturing, for the implementation of voluntary industrial and manufacturing air pollutant emission reduction projects. So a lot of words in there, but pretty much they provide funding to those manufacturing facilities that are interested in reducing emissions. So it is a great program. We work really closely with them. In addition to the funding that they provide, they also have a technical assistance program as well, where they can come out, kind of do what we do, but kind of assess and help you and point you towards which of their grants would work best for your organization. So their RFA round is open right now. So feel free to reach out to them or reach out to us. We have connections with the office as well to kind of get you in the know about that funding. And in addition to that, they also have a lot of other funding as well available. Great. And as I mentioned earlier, our program does have an internal hub of resources as well. So, we have roadmaps, how-to documents. This image is an example of kind of what our report looks like. We also have data tracking templates. So if you're just starting tracking your data and don't really know where to start or, how to get all of it compiled into one spot, we have a template for that as well. And then those reports as well. So just wanted to mention that we do have kind of an internal hub of resources that we can provide to you as well. Awesome. So I really just wanted to let you all know kind of some tips and tricks for getting started in sustainability. Depending on your organization, there are a lot of things that might differ. So I just wanted to kind of touch on in terms of this group and kind of what you might be looking for and tips and tricks to kind of get started there. So to start, whatever isn't tracked at your facility most likely isn't managed. So our team really encourages tracking your data. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you're not tracking your energy use, how would you know if there's like a rise in energy use or if you're saving energy with the projects you've implemented, right? So it is always a best practice to track your data and resource use just to get a better understanding of your operations and kind of what you can improve. Tracking your data can also help assess your starting point so you can kind of move forward, understand where you've been, and then kind of move forward from that. It can also help locate a blind spot or maybe places that are unknown to you and your organization, just so you can more be aware of the things happening around the facility. So we really encourage kind of getting your data all in one place. Like I said, we do have templates for that as well, just to kind of assess where you're at and where you want to go. And to better help you track your resource use, you can consider implementing purchasing policies at your organization, encourage that behavior change and training with your employees so that everyone's kind of aware and on the same page of what your organization is looking for in terms of sustainability goals, and then increasing signage kind of on that education page as well. But something that we like to encourage, and if your organization is just starting to kind of consider sustainability and environmental resource reduction, tracking your data is a good place to start. And then one thing right off the bat that we also recommend organizations, especially kind of in the food and beverage manufacturing industry, is really starting with energy, right? Waste is something that people immediately go to, but energy use really is that huge driver of climate change, especially in this industry. Lighting is an easy low-hanging fruit implementation that can have big savings on energy use and monthly bills. And what's great about lighting is there are a lot of rebates and funding out there for lighting upgrades. So, Excel offers free indoor lighting upgrades. So if you're kind of in Excel territory, that's a great place to go. But we also have a lot of other organizations that offer those rebates and funding for lighting upgrades. And then in addition to lighting, other items to consider for reducing energy consumption can include installing insulation, super easy upgrade as well, improving sensors and controls to really automate processes, and then improving maintenance schedules on equipment so that everything's really functioning properly and as efficiently as possible. So these are just some recommendations that we might provide on a site visit, that kind of thing. But again, depending on your organization, we can always tailor that and work towards your focus areas. Great. And then another best practice that we encourage is maintenance. It is not the sexiest thing, but it's very important. A lot of energy use in food and beverage manufacturing facilities and or farms can really be from HVAC systems, which means it's super important to do that regular maintenance and manage the system effectively. Routine maintenance and regular inspections can be done to ensure all equipment is working properly for maximum efficiency. And then another upgrade to your HVAC system that can be pretty simple and pretty easy to implement is programmable thermostats. Like I mentioned earlier, the more automation, the better, really. And then a boiler tune-up also is a great practice. Like I mentioned earlier, Excel does have really great rebates for a lot of energy reduction. So they also offer that as well if you're in Excel territory. And then water systems. For water systems, it really is important to check for and repair leaks. Back to kind of the talk about what isn't tracked isn't managed. If you keep track of your water use and your data, you can kind of find those leaks a little bit easier and kind of make those tweaks and kind of avoid wasting water. So yeah, maintenance, it's not sexy, but it is important. And then lastly, getting help really is the best way to ensure sustainability initiatives really stick at your organization. So starting a green team, getting your employees engaged in your practices and goals is really best practice. And then implementing publishing policies is a great way to keep the organization really tied to its goals. Creating something that doesn't rely on you watching it happen, really, kind of getting that domino effect within your organization. Policies that employees can see and hold themselves to will also help make sure that practices are maintained and kind of encourage the educational aspect. So, and then in addition to all these practices, getting involved with us can really open up a world of opportunities and support. Again, our main goal really is to help you wherever you're at in your sustainability journey. We're always here to support however we can, whether that's those on-site visits or off-site coaching, anything. We're really here to help with that. Cool. So I wanted to kind of step into our recognition side of the program a little bit. So as mentioned earlier, we also provide statewide recognition for organizations that are interested. The application lives online in our software called Green Biz Tracker. It is a points-based application, meaning you accumulate points throughout the application. And then however many points that you accumulate will designate you as a bronze, silver, or gold certified organization. And our application for recognition really consists of two core surveys. We have a policy and leadership survey and then the resource reduction survey. So the policy and leadership survey really asks questions about your organization's environmental policies, completed projects, goals for the future, greenhouse gas reductions, and then we also touch on that community equity and engagement side as well. So are you working within the community? Because obviously we know sustainability, consists of resource reduction, of energy, water, waste, transportation, but we also like to touch on that community side as well, because that does integrate within sustainability for us. And then on the other side, the resource reduction survey really asks about that resource use over time, including tracking your metrics, energy, water, waste, transportation, like I mentioned earlier. This survey is going to mostly focus on if your facility is reducing that resource use over time. So that's kind of the two sides of what we're asking for in the survey. And I do want to mention too that at first glance, our application can seem like it's long and intensive and overwhelming, but we kind of made it like that for a reason. Our application is accessible to all organizations across the state, no matter size, no matter sector. So that means that you don't really need every point in the application to certify, right? So there might be some things in the application that pertain to a food and beverage manufacturer versus like a small office space, right? So that's why we made the application that way. There are 375 points on the table, and you only need 25 for bronze, 50 for silver, and 100 for gold. So again, if your business is just starting and hasn't began tracking resource use, don't sweat it. You can still achieve bronze and silver without tracking metrics in that policy and leadership side of the surveys. But I will say that most of our gold organizations are tracking their metrics in resource use, because that is a big goal for our program, really is holding facilities accountable for their resource use. So that's kind of a little gist of kind of what the recognition application looks like. And then in terms of what benefits look like, so if you're certified in the program, you'll get like a signed certificate, window decals. We provide a press kit. We also have statewide press releases that go out about recognition, and then you'll be added to our green business web directory. So there are a lot of perks in terms of getting recognized, in terms of being able to advertise the organization is certified at the state level, that kind of thing. And then our certified members also get other great perks, including that more in-depth support from green business specialists like myself. And then we also provide letters of recommendation for funding. So if you're applying for a certain grant or something, we can always write you a letter of recommendation to kind of get you the upper hand there when applying for those financial assistance for those projects. And then we also have leadership opportunities, speaking and panel opportunities, just a lot more engagement in terms of what recognition looks like. And then this is what our surveys look like in the application software Green Biz Tracker. Green Biz Tracker is where our surveys live, but I do want to mention too, it is where you will register if you're interested in joining our support level or requesting technical assistance. So all you have to do, you can scan this QR code here, hop into Green Biz Tracker. All you have to do is fill out business information. And once you do that, you'll automatically be added to all of our communications. So, and then our application is due each year on June 30th. So this year it just passed, but we are still looking forward to next year as well. Our application is open year round. So if you are interested in hopping in there as well and kind of looking through the surveys, seeing what that might mean for your organization, please feel free. And again, we are here to support if you're looking towards technical assistance or certification as well. Great, so I wanted to touch a little bit more. So I know that was a lot of information on kind of what our program offers, but we do have a lot of other programs and other offerings that we do have within the program. So one of those is our Small Business Equity Fund. We just launched this a couple of years ago, and this program provides funding specifically to small businesses in disproportionately impacted communities. Currently, we're focusing in Aurora and Commerce City, and we're helping those organizations implement energy efficient upgrades. They might not have the resources to do so. So if you or if your business resides in Aurora, Commerce City, or if you know any businesses, feel free to point them in this direction. We provide 100% the cost coverage for energy efficient replacements such as lighting, and then small other upgrades as applicable. And then we also do a 70% cost coverage for refrigeration equipment replacement. So super cool program. It's been going really well. But yeah, so if you know any organizations within this area, feel free to point them our way. And then we also offer a mini grant program. We have for all Colorado Green Business Network members and Small Business Equity Fund members, they're eligible for the direct installation of any of these available items listed here. These are, easy upgrades. We provide them 100% free to the organization, but you can see some really good reductions in resource use and in costs as well with this. So just another side program that we offer. And then something that our organizations really love about the CGBN community is that community aspect, right? So bouncing ideas off of each other, being able to connect with each other. We do have a bunch of food and beverage manufacturing facilities within the program already, and a couple farms as well. So we offer the business-to-business mentoring opportunity, which we just launched in March, where we're connecting organizations with each other, where they can learn about specific subjects, sectors, projects, all of that kind of thing, and really bounce ideas off of each other. So we're really kind of encouraging that collaboration aspect of the program as well. Okay, and then lastly, we have been partnering with Colorado University's Impact MBA program for the past 4 years. And the main goal of this partnership is to bring sustainability internships to businesses that are seeking sustainability help. So if your organization has some sustainability projects that you haven't been able to dedicate time and resources to, CSU has interns for that. They can come out for a summer for 10 weeks, work with your organization, depending on what you want to implement, help you save money. They can also help you with our application process as well. Really, it's just to help your organization achieve your sustainability goals if you don't really have time for that. So something important that I do want to mention too about this partnership is that our program is providing up to $4,000 to cover the cost of the internship, because the business is responsible for paying the intern. But our program does offer funding for that. For food and beverage manufacturings are included. So if your organization is interested in hosting an intern, we can cover some of the costs for pollution prevention specific projects. So we are looking to recruit businesses now, as our last internship just ended this past month. So we're looking towards next summer. So if you are interested in that, feel free to let us know. Okay, that was a lot of information. So yeah, I would love to take some questions. And if you have any questions, again, like Barb mentioned after this, feel free to shoot me an email. But something I did want to mention too is that we are hosting our biggest event of the year at the end of this month. Our recognition event will be hosted at the Denver Zoo on the 27th. It is open to the public. We'll be celebrating our recognized members, and we also have a business showcase where you can walk around, meet our partners, meet our community, that kind of thing. So if you are interested in what the Colorado Green Business Network is about, feel free to come. I added the QR code for registration here. So looking forward to see some of you there.
Oh, excellent. Does anybody have any questions? I was kind of curious, what kinds of companies make up your membership today?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we work with all organizations across the state. So we have a large plethora of organizations. So, food and beverage manufacturing, we have some of those. We have some farms in there. Our program has been working really hard to touch a lot more on small businesses. Our program's kind of been longstanding for over 20 years. And we just kind of did a revamp of the program over the past 3 years to kind of really target and encourage small businesses to be a part of the program, because beforehand it was mostly like large corporations, large manufacturing facilities. So we do have a lot of small businesses, whether that's, somebody working out of their home, one person organization, that kind of thing, all the way up to like DaVita, large corporations. So we do have a large array of organizations that are in the program currently.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And your technical assistance, you did a fantastic job outlining that, and then even funding that's available. Is that funding available to any level of member, or how does that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, it's a great question. So, in terms of that funding specifically that I mentioned from the Colorado Energy Office, their funding doesn't determine if they're a CGBN member. So, if you're a CGBN member, that doesn't determine if you can, depending on what grants you can get. Really, we're tailoring what grants are available or kind of what we can provide to you and point you to, depending on your organization. So,
Okay,
you don't have to be a CGBN member to be to get access to those types of grants.
excellent. Well, great job. Any questions, folks? Well, feel free to put them in the chat or raise your hand. Our next expert is Susan. Susan Enfield recently joined the Colorado Department of Agriculture's Market Division, and she is our Climate Smart Market Specialist. Susan runs the agency's new Climate Smart program, which helps increase market opportunities for both Colorado farmers and ranchers, adopting land stewardship practices for agri-food businesses purchasing these agricultural products. Her career has been focused on promoting the benefits of healthy, nutritious, and sustainable foods and the brands and producers who make them. Well, that's great. And Susan, we know your program is kind of new and you're doing an amazing job getting it going. Do you want to share more with us about your program?
Yes, I do. I am just about to share my screen, having a little issue here. All right. Okay, here we go. Share. Can you see that?
Looks great.
Okay, so I think I put it on slideshow accidentally. So
Oh, you're good. It shows the whole screen is your slide. So that's
okay.
great.
Okay, so I want it to go back though. Okay, well, just the problem of clicking the wrong thing. Okay, I'll go all the way through it and then I'll get to the beginning. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop and just start again. Sorry. I'll get this in a moment. Okay. I need to. Sorry. Well, okay. I'll just maybe I could send. Anyway, our program, the Climate Smart program. Yeah, that was kind of okay. Here, we can do it again. There we go.
Zoom is not always intuitive. I hear you. It's it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, presenter view. Okay, I think that's what I want, right? Okay, there. Better?
We don't have anything.
Oh, you don't have anything. Okay. Okay, now do you have it?
No. Wait. Yep. Beautiful. Perfect, okay. My dear. Awesome.
Fantastic. All right. So the Climate Smart program is a newer program in the Colorado Departments of Ag's Market Division, as is along with Colorado Proud and the Colorado Wine Industry Board and other programs that support Colorado agriculture. So we work closely with Colorado Proud, and thanks so much for having me on. And then here's a little bit about the program. Basically, the program, we know that more Colorado farmers, ranchers, and landowners are interested in practices and tools that can improve their soil health and reduce water use. So our program supports producers who are adopting these practices that advance land stewardship and otherwise contribute to local environments, healthier local environments and economies. We also work to expand market opportunities for these producers by facilitating connections with food manufacturers that are committed to local and sustainable sourcing. And our goal is to help them secure contracts with premium pricing for these products. We also support early stage food companies that use these ingredients to exhibit at trade shows where they can build relationships with distributors and grocery store buyers, and create marketing materials to support and educate people about the importance of buying and supporting local food, local sustainable food production. Basically, there's a lot of overlap. It's sort of a Venn diagram with both Alicia's program and with Colorado Proud, with energy sustainability and food manufacturing, and just creating great inputs and great food products and other products here in Colorado. So the vision really for the program is to ensure that Colorado's agricultural lands remain healthy and productive for generations to come, and they contribute to producers' long-term financial viability. As I said, we're working to expand market opportunities for producers and create pathways for companies to participate in this regenerative and climate smart agriculture and help them meet their sustainability goals and rising consumer demand, and also to develop these educational marketing resources to raise awareness about the benefits of this work. Colorado, the Markets Division program works in concert with our Conservation Division and their Colorado Soil Health program. They support the farmers and ranchers directly through our conservation districts in Colorado, and they provide also technical assistance and reimbursements and tools like soil health tests and moisture monitors, and they're developing a new app that helps farmers and ranchers understand where they are in their soil health journey and to implement some of these new practices. Here on this slide is showing some of the soil health practices, which are just keeping your ground covered so that you reduce erosion risk, and tilling less or not at all so that the carbon stays in the ground and is not disturbed, again, creating more erosion. That in turn increases species diversity and means that the roots are in the soil more year round. So it's creating a lot of health and biodiversity in above and below the ground. And integrating livestock is another important practice for healthy soils. On the business side, we just took 5 Colorado companies. Their logos are here. You might recognize some of them, a few Colorado Proud companies, and they all source ingredients from great producers here in Colorado. So the show was called Newtopia Now. It was a food and personal care and supplement show for people interested in natural products and kind of better for you products. So we had a Colorado area with 5 companies, and we had a great response. You can see one the Mountain Girl Pickles founder is there talking with people about sampling her products. So that we hope to do more activities like that in the future. We're looking at other shows that we can help some companies expand their relationships and get in more stores. And another thing that the Climate Smart program can do is that we're seated within the Colorado Department of Agriculture, which is a great resource overall. So as I mentioned, we work closely with Colorado Proud. There's a lot of overlap with the members, and you've been so great, Barb and Danielle, with sharing out information and opportunities to your membership. And we're hoping to just coordinate closely as we grow. As I mentioned, the Colorado Soil Health Program, we coordinate with them. and they are a great resource for anybody who's growing or raising food in Colorado. We have an international program that helps if companies are interested in exporting internationally, and also helps with trade shows. The Resilient Food Systems Infrastructure Program has some great grants if people are wanting to add some infrastructure, perhaps milling their own grain, or creating malting for distillers and other kinds of slaughterhouses. I think we've helped companies get grants for more regional food system health. And we also coordinate with CSU and their regional food business centers. So they're a great resource in terms of supporting food and farm business entrepreneurs. We really want to hear from Colorado Proud members. If you're a farmer and rancher, our soil health program is rolling out a STAR web app, and it's a free, easy to use assessment tool and a resource for any Colorado producer. There's a link there to our soil health program. Again, they have a lot of great technical support and connect you with various opportunities. Or if you would like to join their program, there's the email right there. And for businesses, if you're sourcing ingredients from sustainable producers, or if you're looking to source more local and sustainable ingredients grown and raised in Colorado, or if you're reducing water or energy use in your manufacturing process, even if you're using byproducts, reducing waste, upcycling is another way. If you're using imperfect fruits, or there's all kinds of ways to minimize waste and create a beneficial impact on our environment. So the Climate Smart program is looking to support and all companies who are focused on that. So I think that's my last slide.
Well, that's excellent. Does anybody have any questions for Susan? Well, that's really neat. You've got so many companies already interested, and yeah, several of those are Colorado Proud members. What advice would you give any of our Colorado Proud members if they wanted to become climate smart?
I mean, I think it's climate smart, like I mentioned, is just if it's regenerative, it's a lot about those soil health practices. If you're a producer, if you're a business, really it's just, I mean, it's more sustainable to source your ingredients locally, so they're not trucked in a long way, and in general for the economic and ecological resilience of Colorado, it's just a great thing to be able to get your inputs from partners close by. So if you don't know if you're looking for an ingredient and you'd like to source it more from a sustainable grower, or from a Colorado grower, Colorado and the Climate Smart program, Colorado Proud and the Climate Smart program, you can get in touch with us. I have my email there. And if you're already doing these things, just please get in touch, because I'm building a list of companies, and we don't have members per se yet, but I definitely am tracking companies who care about the ingredients that how they're sourcing, helping be a part of a regional food system, and just doing their part. So we just get in touch and let us know. Or if you have a question, I can, as I've said, I can connect you with a lot of resources within the department.
Well, that's excellent. Thank you for sharing all of that.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or even comments they'd like to make? And certainly feel free after the webinar to reach out to Susan or Alicia. They're great resources and they certainly want to help you and want to talk to you. Alicia, what advice would you have for our Colorado Proud members that, majority really are food producers, just a wide variety of them?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think my advice would just be take advantage of the resources that are out there. Thankfully, our program is free and it's voluntary. So yeah, I think just taking advice of all the resources that are out there, there's so many things. And I think, especially in Colorado, obviously, with us putting climate at the forefront of what we're kind of looking for, I think definitely just taking advantage of the fact that the Colorado Green Business Network really is trying to be that hub of resources and point you in the right direction. So yeah, just taking advantage of the resources that are available to you.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that really impressed me the most was really how much is available, support is available for companies that we know everybody wants to go this route. I mean, it's for our future, but it's nice to see groups like yours and even, what Susan's doing is to really support it. So thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate everybody joining. And again, feel free to reach out to Susan, Alicia, or myself if you need me to put you in contact with them. And certainly, keep checking our site for the Colorado Proud podcast. Our next podcast, we will be talking with Nourish Colorado and the Colorado Public Health Services Division about EHIP, which is the Electronic Healthy Foods Incentive Program, and how they're working very hard to get Colorado healthy food to all Coloradans. And that's really important. It's kind of an extension of the SNAP and how to get these healthy Colorado foods to everybody. So tune in and listen to that. And I want to thank Alicia and Susan so much for your time today. And thank you to all of us for joining us. And have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Bye.